It's a demonstration of the installation of the lockpick. We're in 2013 Ford Taurus. Okay, lockpick is simple plug and play. It's going to connect in this large connector here. To release the connector, push in the tab in the front and then release the locking bar that'll eject the connector from there. Okay, now we're going to connect the lockpick harness. When you do your installation, you're going to put the module and the cable back behind the screen. Before plugging in the lockpick module, make sure you get your dip switches set properly. On the COM side, you're going to have 3 and 4 down. On the other side, you're going to make sure the rotary switch is set for 0, and then your option switches are detailed in your instruction manual. You also have 2 video inputs in here. These are for auxiliary inputs, and there's another video input for a backup camera that's already on your harness. It's labeled rear camera input. The operation of the lockpick in the Taurus is very simple. We're going to use 2 buttons on the steering wheel. It's going to be the hang up button and the voice button. The hang up button, if you hold it for 3 seconds, that's going to enable the video input. In this case, it would be the factory rear view camera or an aftermarket if you've installed one. The bottom button here, your voice, is going to be your override button. If you hold that one for 3 seconds, it's going to turn on the override, allow your AV input jacks to work while in motion. The reverse will turn it off. Just hold it for 3 seconds, you get 2 beeps that lets you know it's off. Same thing with this button here. I'll demonstrate the video function by pressing the hang up button. I'll hold it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. In this case, it's going to enable the factory backup camera, and this will work in any gear here. I can toggle to the other input using the voice button. On our module, we've connected a separate video input here, and we've enabled it using switch number 3. If you want to enable the other video input, just make sure you have 4 down. That'll enable both videos. We'll toggle to it using the voice button. And that's going to show us our movie that we have playing currently from our iPhone. Pressing the button again will give us the factory rear camera back again, and then holding the hang up button for 3 seconds turns the whole function off. I'd say the same function is for the override button here. Just pressing this down, hold it for 3 seconds where you have an AV input plugged into your factory jacks, and enable those while in motion. Hold it for 3 seconds, turns it back off again. Very simple. There's also a function built into the Lockpick to enable a front camera, and it can turn on automatically while the vehicle is in drive. This is a simple setting using the shifter control and your steering wheel buttons. You can enable that. What that'll do is allow the front camera to turn on while in motion and less than 7 miles per hour. So whenever you're parking, you'll automatically get a front view. Because you remove the connector from the back of the screen, whenever you plug it back in and do your reassembly, it might take up to 30 seconds for the screen to turn back on again. So it'll remain black just like this for up to 30 seconds before you get the word sync across the top, and then you get a bar graph across the bottom as it reboots. This is normal. This is the view you'll see, and say there'll be a bar graph that pops underneath the bottom here, and it will, when it gets to the end, it'll probably hang for just a second or so, and the screen will completely reboot. Just be patient. And reassembly is just a reverse of the earlier process. We'll demonstrate here. And that completes your installation of the lockpick.